Next up, at UFC 307, we have the co-main event of the evening. One of two title fights on this card. And before you tell me in the comment section or in this live chat right now, skip this fight sucks, move on, I disagree. I do think this could be a pretty fun fight. Like, not like an amazing fight, but it could be fun. There is a plot line in the mix here. Jacob enlightened me today with the plot line because I saw, listen, I'm an old man, okay? And Jacob has pointed this out many, many times before. My memory is absolute dog shit. And like, I get confused sometimes, like an old man. And I saw a clip of Julianna Pena. I thought she was saying, hey, Raquel and I were like best friends when we were in the house together. I was surprised that she didn't like me. And then Jacob sent me a clip a few hours ago when I was reiterating that point. I'm literally like I am your grandmother that sees a fake, like Jacob made a Facebook post joke before. I'm like your grandmother that will see a fake headline on Facebook, only see the headline, and then that's a fact that's in my head now. And I did that with Julianna Pena, and then you sent the clip. You're like, no, these two fucking hate each other. They both hate each other. It's not like one liked and the other one didn't.
The best way to hate somebody is to live with them. And these two were roommates. They were bunk mates. And if you live with somebody, eventually you're going to fucking hate them.
That is, don't tell this one, but that'll do it.
I promise you that. These two, Raquel was top bunk and Julianna was bottom bunk. And they end up fucking hating each other for sure.
The funniest part is the clip I saw was like Julianna doing Raquel's makeup. And I was like, oh, they were friends.
But my reference I made is perfect. That it's just like the first week of Real World, the first week of Big Brother. We're all friends. Oh, let's do this. And you see somebody you think you're going to click with and you're friends, and all of a sudden you spend more than 4 days with them, and you're like, this guy's a fucking douchebag, dude. What the fuck? And then you end up hating him. Like that first day of the Real World, they're all like, yeah, we're all going to be friends. It's going to be fun. And then 2 weeks in, they're like, get the fuck out of my room.
Well, she was like accusing her of being an alcoholic that stayed up all night drinking too.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. They both ended up being world champions. So anyway, that whole point was to say there is some actual bad blood here that goes back, 10 years?
Raquel said, I've been waiting to fight this bitch for 10 years.
There you go. And then we're finally going to see it. The bad news is it might be boring because if Raquel wins, it's going to be a boring fight. The good news is we're done with one of them. And I'm not trying to say that in like a negative Nancy sort of way, but Raquel Pennington, while she's an amazing fighter, it's not the most exciting fight style. Julianna Pena is actually a very exciting fighter, but sometimes you just can't listen to the absolute like lack of self-awareness coming out of her. So luckily one of them, like, we'll be done with the boring fights, or we can't hear Julianna Pena say she's the best that's ever existed after this night. But we got Raquel Pennington defending her belt for the very first time. If you don't know how she got it, well, Amanda Nunes retired. So there was a title fight for the vacant belt, and Raquel Pennington won that fight. She's taking on Julianna Pena. She beat Amanda Nunes. Well, she got her ass beat, and then Amanda got tired, and Julianna took advantage of it. Then they ran it back, and Julianna had almost no minutes of success. But that's fine, because Amanda Nunes is the greatest to ever do it, certainly in that weight class, arguably in the sport. Raquel Pennington has that style, that slow you down, get you against the cage style. She's not looking to grapple. She's not looking to rip you to the ground. She's looking to hold you against the cage, remove all your tools, and stay busy. Julianna Pena will come in. I'm not going to spoil the clip you sent me because I'm sure you want to show that on your piece. Will come in, throw, move forward, and just be crazy. And she has grit and determination and forward pressure, but she doesn't necessarily have the skills. She also hasn't fought in 2 years. Raquel Pennington has to be the pick here. I'm fairly confident in Raquel. I think she's just the better fighter in general. She's also the more active fighter. She lives at elevation. I think just all the stars are aligning for Raquel, and I'm surprised that she is only minus 170. And I honestly think that's the line just because she doesn't dominate, right? She beats people with decisions and control. She doesn't just absolutely beat the brakes off of you. Because other than that, I don't know why those odds aren't where they should be. What do you think, Jakey Boy?
Yeah, let me first off by saying Julianna Pena is, I know that you guys know me, Right. You guys know me with females. You guys know me with like the thirsty and the simping, all this stuff. I don't know what it is. I don't think Julianna Pena is attractive at all. There is nothing about her that I find attractive. I respect everyone. Everyone's got their own taste or whatever. But let me just get that out of the way because I'm not a simp for her. I'm not. For whatever reason, I've never thought that Julianna Pena is attractive. I mean, she is like the most like, I don't want to say, I guess stereotypical like Latina type female. Like she's tough, she's gritty, she's sassy, but she also has like the beautiful side to her as well. I understand people think she's beautiful. Not my thing. I just need to get that out of the way. Second thing, Julianna Pena in the last 5 years has wins over Nico Montana. Who the fuck is Nico Montana?
I guess Tiff's home from work.
Who the fuck is Nico Montana?
Okay. Oh, I thought you were asking about the light turn.
No. A 41-year-old Sarah McMahon gets a title shot after that, gets the absolute fucking shit beat out of her for 7 minutes against Amanda Nunes until Amanda Nunes starts just winging wild right hands, ends up gassing, is like, you know what, I've done enough. Let me just let her win the belt and then I'll win it back later. Does exactly that, comes back in the rematch and beats the absolute fucking shit out of Julianna Pena. Julianna Pena has to be the most delusional fighter I have ever seen in my fucking life, acting like she is the rightful champion. She was gifted a title shot. She was gifted a fucking win in that fight. Came in the rematch, got fucking smoked. You know what she said about that fight? Amanda Nunes had to take me down because she knew she didn't want the smoke on the feet. What? That's what she said about that fight. Amanda Nunes had to take me down because she didn't want the fucking smoke on the feet. Julianna Pena cannot strike for fucking shit. Go watch The Embedded. Go watch every fight she's ever had. She is basically, this is a little bit of a mean thing to say, she is basically Matt Frivola when she strikes. It is not here. It is nice, tight, throwing combinations. It is here, here, and it is like this. This is how she fucking strikes, okay? Not a good striker. Overrated takedowns, overrated grappling. Raquel Pennington has been there, done that. She's seen it all. Watch the fight against Bueno Silva. Julianna Pena is basically a fucking shit version of Mauro Bueno Silva. At least Mauro Bueno Silva will stay in your face. She's got good power and is much better on the ground. Bueno Silva got their clinch positions, took Raquel Pennington down. Bueno Silva is much more dangerous than Julianna Pena, and Raquel Pena just does what she does. Just goes through the motions, baseball grip on the things, gets back to her feet, gets to the clinch, and then starts wearing girls down. Raquel Pennington is 10 times better striker. She's stronger. She's been there. She trains, lives, breathes that mountain air every single fucking day. Julianna Pena is showing up the week before an elevation fight when she's supposed to be the girl that wants to push the pace and the pressure is a fucking mistake. And even Raquel Pennington said, I can't believe she's only showing up a week before. Like, elevation is no fucking joke. You want to be the girl that wants to, because that's how she beats people. And if she wants to win this fight, it has to be with crazy pace, pressure, stay in Raquel's face, try to get those takedowns, make this gritty. Guess what? When you're showing up to Salt Lake City the week before the fight and you want to be that pressure person against somebody as durable as Raquel Pennington, who's going to jab her face off, who's going to have the striking advantage, who can get back to the feet over and over again, even if you take her down, you lost. You lost. Raquel Pennington wins.
Do me a favor, show that clip of the striking, the one you texted. I would, but if
embedded or whatever.
Yeah, I would, but as soon as I do that, my headphones are going to connect to my phone and not my computer. You sent that, and I was like, Jesus, like, this is bad. It is not a good look for somebody fighting for the title.
I don't know if they're even going to be able to see them, whatever, but.
Here, watch. Look at that. Look at that right hand. Her head is down, and it's exactly the motion Jacob did. Elbow up like this. Look at just bad.
And Bilal afterwards goes, nice.
We got
just watch this. This girl's fighting for a world champion. Was a former world champion somehow.
The next clip you sent was Raquel. Swipe.
Well, I'm not going to just swipe like that and just make sure.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were in the text. That's why. If you swiped in the text.
I don't know where the Raquel thing is, but I think.
Well, you sent a clip of Raquel in a similar exchange in the embedded. And she's like, put.
Yeah, Raquel's an actual fucking fighter. She's tough as shit. She hates this girl. The only reason Julianna Pena won the fight was because Nunes was just going toe to toe, winging shit. If there's ever pressure from Julianna Pena and Raquel feels uncomfortable, guess what she's gonna do? She's just going to fucking grab her. She's going to push her to the fence. And Julianna Pena is going to try to get takedowns from there. She's not going to just start winging wild right hands and gas herself out like Nunes did. She knows what she's fucking doing.
Sharp Brother says, that recent footage, that's from the embedded.
That was last week, guys.
Yeah, that was
last week. That was one of her last training sessions before this fight.
Yeah. That is brand
And
new.
I honestly cannot fucking believe, because Julianna Pena is one of the biggest dog favorites. I've gotten tagged so many times. Pena lock of the week. Pena lock of the week. Guys, what are we doing, man?
Yeah. That is a bizarre. Because
she
based
can't
off
strike
of what?
For shit.
Like based off of what? Like
she got a title shot beating a 41-year-old Sarah McMahon, and then got her ass beat until the person beating her ass got so tired they decided to go home.
She didn't. Yeah, and I agree with you. Based off of what? Like what are we basing it off of? So I mean, whatever. Fine.
And she's delusional. She thinks she is like.
I'm with you. You don't gotta tell me. I have Raquel Pennington in a parlay. I trust her, and -170 is great odds. Great odds for Raquel Pennington. Great odds. And Julianna's a 2-year layoff. It's not like Julianna's been busy. A 2-year layoff. And didn't look great before the layoff. I'm with you. Jacob and I could not
she literally came into that rematch with Amanda and was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get in her face and just." Bleh.
Yeah, and with him and with cardio, that's not even a fight. with cardio, it wasn't a fight the first time until she got tired.
I mean, Jacob literally just started going like this. And Julianna Pena's face was able to take it.
It is crazy. She is tough. She's not a quitter.
She is tough.
She's tough. She's not a quitter.
And I don't mind confidence, but it's almost like the thing we started this card. It's almost like we're going to bookend this card, right? I said that Alexander Hernandez's biggest downfall is he is almost delusional with his ego because he just thinks he's going to smoke everybody and can't just fight a fight like a fight. He can't game plan and work through it because he just, I'm going to go in there and just smoke him. Same thing here. I guarantee she blitzes across and all of a sudden Raquel's going to grab her, put her against a fence, throw some elbows, slow it down.
This actually could end up being very entertaining, especially with the grudge match. But Jacob and I are very, very insanely aligned on this fight. There are some bets on the board if you want to check those bets out. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It's only $10 for the freaking month. And that $10 includes every single tool you could ever want or need to do your own research, but also our picks, our bets, the artificial intelligence, so much more, not just for this event, but for events. And that includes UFC 308. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top.